Hi MUE3210 students, this is Professor McAllister and I'm going to be reviewing our final exam on this video session today. Make sure you have your recorder with you, obviously, and it would be much better if you have your music sitting next to you while we're going over it. That way you can follow along with me. We're going to start out by counting and clapping the tas and the titis just like we do in class. Remember when we count it off in our head, we want to count 1, 2, 3 first, and then do the pickup with the TT. So it's going to sound something like this. 1, 2, 3. T-T-ta. So if you, by counting those 1, 2s, and 3s, you're going to get that pickup like we talked about in class. So I'm going to go over the rhythm of the first line first, and then we'll move from there. 1, 2, 3. T-T-ta, ta, ta. T-T-ta, ta, ta. T-T-ta, ta, ta. Ta, 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 ta. Now make sure that you're actually looking at the notes and clapping through, because sometimes we like to memorize in our head, and that way it prevents us from actually playing the right notes or saying the right rhythms, because we think what's coming up, we think we know what's coming up next when really a different rhythm is coming up. This is going to happen to a lot of you in measure 3, so you want to make sure that you pay attention that there are 4 quarter notes and there are no eighth notes in that measure. Now we're going to go ahead and pretend on a recorder using the notes. Make sure that you have a good finger position. By that I mean you're covering the holes completely. You want to make sure that you have little holes on your fingers, just like I have. You're covering with your thumb. You want to make sure you're blowing warm air, slow air, or else you're going to get a lot of squeaks. Remember, G is fingered like this. This is on the second line from the bottom. A is fingered like this. This is on the second space from the bottom. And B is fingered like this. This is the third line from the bottom. So we're going to say and finger through the first line of number 37. 1, 2, 3. G, A, B, B, A, G, A, B, B, A, G, A, B, B, A, G, B, A, G. Okay, so that's the first line of number 37. I'm going to go ahead and play it for you, and I suggest that you go ahead and finger through while I'm playing it if you're not 100% comfortable with it yet, or you can play along with me, and then I'll play it one more time so that you can play along with me. Here we go. This is from the beginning. 1, 2, 3. Notice 2 things: that I am tonguing by saying 2, 2, 2, 2. That's where your tongue is going in between your top of your gums and the back of your teeth. That little space right there, if you said 2, 2, 2, 2, that's the sound that you're going to get from that. Don't make any breath emphasis, and by breath emphasis I mean you'll notice how the sound is kind of dipping a little bit, and that's how I can tell that you're not tonguing, that you're actually using your breath to tongue instead. So you want to make sure that tonguing is very obvious. You want to make sure there's also not a lot of space between the notes. So like how I just demonstrated is not how I want it to sound. You want to make sure it's nice and smooth, just like we talked about with the airflow of the water, how you're just kind of interrupting it with your tongue. See, it's very, very nice and smooth, okay? Now, if you haven't played it yet, let's go ahead and try playing the first line together. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Now, if you don't have that yet, I would encourage you to rewind the video and listen to it again, but for now we're going to move to the second line. So starting on the first note of the second line in the first measure, we have 4 quarter notes and it's starting on a B. We're going to do the rhythm first on your tas and your TTs. 1, 2, second line. Ta, 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 ta. T, 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 ta. T, T, ta, ta. T, 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 ta, ta, ta. And notice how there's only 3 beats in the last measure. That's because the fourth beat is actually in the pickup to the piece, so we're only going to have 3 beats there. Okay, so now that we've gone over the rhythm, let's go ahead and go over the fingerings of those notes. We're going to start on a B. So I'm going to say the note names in rhythm, and you go ahead and follow along with me. 1, 2, ready, and B, B, A, G. B, 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 A. G, A, B, B, A, G, A, B, A, G. So I'm going to go ahead and play it. If you're still having a little bit of trouble with it, then I want you to practice each measure one by one. And by that I mean, if you're having trouble, say, with the second to last measure, I want you to play it by itself on your own, pause the video, and then go back and play the whole line with me. So for example, break it down by measures that you're having the most trouble with. The 7th measure goes like this. And I would just play that over and over and over again until I have it perfect, and then go back one measure and play that measure with it. So something like this. And after I get it right a couple of times, I'll go back one measure and do that measure with it. So right now I'm in measure 6 and measure 7, which is the second and third measure of the second line. And I'm just going to play those two measures over and over again until I get it perfectly right. Now we're going to play the whole last line together, starting on measure 5, or the first measure of line 2. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and. And that's it. Now I'm going to go back to the very beginning. I'm going to say the note names and finger along, and I want you to try to play it while I'm saying the note names. This is going to help you to remember the note names while you're playing it. Remember, because you can't write in the note names for the final exam. And then I'm going to play it with you one last time. Okay, so from the very beginning, try playing it with me. Very slow tempo. Make sure you're tapping your foot. Make sure you're tonguing. Make sure you're covering the holes. All of these things are things to think about. From the very beginning, I'll count you off. 1, 2, 3. G, A, B, B, A, G, A, B, B, A, G, A, B, B, A, G, B, A, G, B, B, A, G, B, 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 A, G, A, B, B, A, G, A, B, A, G. Okay, now let's play it together. Counting off in your head. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's about it for our final exam. I think it's pretty straightforward. If you practice along with this video a couple of times, you should be absolutely fine. If you do have any concerns this week, or you think that you're not getting it or doing something incorrect, please be sure to email me. I'm also available via Skype if any of you want to have a little practice session over Skype. I think that would be really useful for those of you who are having trouble. You can also go online to, I believe it's freemetronome.com. That'll give you a good consistent tempo to work at, but working with this video will suffice. So make sure that you're keeping that tempo steady, that you're tapping your foot, that you're following along with each measure, and that you're concentrating the whole time. It's very easy to think that it's easy and just to not concentrate and not to think about it, and that's going to cause you to make mistakes, okay? Good luck in your practice sessions. Let me know if you have any questions. I will see you guys next Thursday.